Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Miss Maury, and I'm going to talk to you guys about teen pregnancy today. We're going to talk about statistics, data, prevention, everything that you can think of, and we can ask questions at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. In 1991, there were 61.8 births for every 1,000 females aged 15 to 19, so about the same age that you all are. And in 2014, there were 24.2 births for every 1,000 females. So the birth rates are decreasing, yay! But they are still higher among Hispanic and African American adolescents. Here we go. Here's a table from the birth rates dropping from 1990 to 2014, excuse me. You can see here that it was pretty high in the 90s and it has steadily decreased over the past 24 years. However, it still has stayed pretty high for our minority groups. So since 2007, teen birth rates have dropped 50% for Hispanics, 44% for African American, and 36% for Caucasian. So we are definitely going in the right direction. Yeah. Okay, from a 2010 study, 60% of teenage pregnancies ended in live births. 15% were miscarried and 30% resulted in an abortion. But I also want you to remember that 77% of all teen pregnancies are unplanned, unwanted, and happen way too soon. Here we go. Here's a figure for teenage birth rates from 2014 for ages 15 to 19. You can see that a lot of the East Coast, upper East Coast states do not have a lot of teen pregnancies. You can see that a lot of the mid-south, the South Midwest area happens to have a greater population of teen births. And everywhere else seems to be kind of at the national average. Okay, so did you know 3 in 10 teen American girls will get pregnant at least once before age 20? 25% of teen moms have a second child within 24 months of their first. So within the first 2 years of a teen mom having a child, they end up having another. Here we go. We have less than 2% of teen moms earn a college degree by the age of 30. We have 8 out of 10 teen dads don't marry the mother of their children or child. So it might seem like it is plausible right now, but most of the time you do not end up marrying or even being with the father or mother of your child. And sexually active teen who does not use contraceptives has a 90% chance of becoming a parent within a year. A 90% chance. Contraceptives, if you're going to be sexually active, contraceptives are extremely important. So Bandura had a social learning theory, and it stated that it looks and sees how social and cultural factors affect the overall teenage behavior when presented with teen pregnancy. And within this study, there were several reoccurring patterns that were found. So the single parent homes, most of the teen parents were raised in a single parent environment. Next, we have poverty. So your lower income level means that you're higher at risk. Low levels of education can be a pregnancy factor because your parents might have been teen parents themselves. Family reactions. So a lot of the time in this study, a reaction made no difference because it was simply part of the overall equation. Your religious beliefs can affect it too. Some do not believe in abortion. Your peer reactions, if they're supportive, then that's a great way to know that you will be supported during your pregnancy. And peer pressure. A lot of peer pressure comes from the guys who refuse to wear condoms or want contraceptives. But I urge you, like in the previous circle, 90% of sexually active teenagers will become parents within a year. So what are your next steps? What are the preventative measures that you can take to not become a statistic or a teen parent? Okay, so abstinence. Abstinence, everyone is always going to preach to you abstinence. It's 100% effective. And if you don't have sex, then you are not going to get pregnant. But if you are sexually active, then you need to use contraceptives, especially condoms and birth control. Condoms are going to lower the risk by 97%, and the same is with birth control. Now, with condoms, they can also protect you from sexually transmitted diseases like chlamydia, herpes. In some cases, it can help from HIV and AIDS. Number 3, awareness. Make yourself aware of what it means to be sexually active and what goes along with doing that. 4, talk to your parents. It might not seem like they know what's going on, but they do. Your parents are your absolute number one resource to talk about prevention and to have a healthy relationship with them. So believe it or not, talking to your parents and having an open line of communication actually lessens your chance of becoming a teen parent. This is because you learn how to communicate openly with another adult, and you learn how to have a healthy relationship. You learn how to share your feelings and share what your needs are, and it can actually help you become a really good partner in a relationship in the future. All right, so now we are going to do a values activity. So everyone's going to take out a piece of paper and you're going to write down each sentence that we have here. And next to each sentence, you're going to write if you strongly agree, disagree, or strongly disagree. So, if you don't want to write it down, that's okay. I'll say it out loud, and you can write down if what you think is your answer. And then we're going to get into groups and kind of have a student-led discussion. I'll walk around, I'll listen to your questions if you have any, and we can kind of just have a healthy talk back and forth. So the first one is, I talk freely to my parents about sex. Premarital sex is wrong. Love and sex are the same. Masturbation is wrong. My parents taught me enough about sex. This is all based on your values and what you think. Do not do it how anyone else thinks, just solely about you. I'll give you about 5 minutes to kind of think about your answers, and then you guys can go ahead and discuss. And I'll walk around if you have any questions.